Hello, welcome to another Go Battle League video. We are in the Ultra League this week and I have some more Ampharos content. We saw in the previous video from Zweilos that Ampharos was really good, especially that Charizard is more meta now. And this time we have another trainer with another Ampharos line. It is a familiar face, DecibelViper. And he's running a triple shadow team. I personally think that this team also works with with non-shadows as well. Shadow Snorlax is, I do agree, slightly better though, just because the body slams it way harder and it's just feels nicer in my opinion. I mean, the bulk also is nice. I think all three Pokemon kind of work without Shadow, but DecibelViper likes to play a bit more aggressive and fast, I guess. We have 10 battles here from him. Let's take a look at how this works. I'm guessing that likely he save swaps the Ampharos, baits something out like a Swampert, and tries to sweep with the Gliscor. Here we go. We got the first battle, Snorlax into Walrein. This is a decent matchup. You definitely don't want your Gliscor on this. And usually this is slightly favorable because of superpower, but DecibelViper is running Earthquake, which is interesting. I guess that's for like Alola Mug, even though you're not super weak to it. It's also a really nice surprise, and the opponent doesn't know that you have Earthquake. Is he going to shoot his Ice Spear from Shadow Walrein? He does not. And the opponent swaps into a Gyarados. Imagine you can throw the Earthquake there. But no, I guess the opponent tries to catch the superpower unsuccessfully. DecibelViper countering with that Ampharos, and it doesn't even get to an Aqua Tail here. Let's see what comes in. The opponent top lefts already. I guess it was like triple water. Or maybe a Charizard in the back. Sometimes Ampharos can really run through your lines at this moment, until people really catch on. Alright, Crustle. This is also somewhat neutral, slightly favorable for Crustle because you have to land a superpower, or in this case an Earthquake. And he's going straight for it, hoping the opponent will not shield. A superpower would barely put Crustle in the red here. And, well, I don't think it actually does, since I see this Earthquake damage. I'm probably confused with Great League. Nonetheless, he landed the Earthquake. I don't think this still wins you the matchup, because another X-Scissor comes in, and the next Smackdown will likely take you out. I don't think DecibelViper really likes shielding, so he lets this go. Now, if it is a Swampert in the back, it is kind of difficult, but that will make the opponent very weak to... never mind, I was going to say that will make them very weak to the Swampert lead, because they would start on an energy disadvantage upon safe swapping. But I guess the opponent doesn't care. He is throwing a Brutal Swing, and look at that moveset, by the way. Brutal Swing Focus Blast. I kind of really like it. Because it just makes the Ampharos a very surprising safe swap. I know that in Great League, Shadow Ampharos is decent against Trevenant with Brutal Swing, but I wouldn't think that it KOs in Ultra. Very smart play by DecibelViper here. Over farming, knowing he will lose CMP with the Gliscor, but this Swampert is a problem because Swampert can just shield here and get to another Hydro. I guess the opponent has to call a beta or not. Earthquake comes through, and it actually KOs. Alright. And in the back is a Galley. This actually looks very fine for DecibelViper now. From hopeless to hopeful. This is just a win. You can't lose this, right? The Nice Slash gets shielded here. The opponent does not want to eat another of those Earthquakes. This Leaf Blade will not KO. Shadow Gliscor, again, is kind of... is somewhat bulky. Goes for a Nice Slash here. Earthquake definitely would take it out. Maybe toying with his opponent or something. He will get to another one, right? Yeah. Even gets... I want to get the boost. Yes, yes. Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. He just wants to get the boost real quick. Takes out Galley and actually wins that battle. That looks so bad with a Swampert in the back, but the opponent made the wrong call. Alright, Kingdra, the most annoying Pokemon in the history of Ultra, and the opponent swaps... Sorry. Kingdra leads safe swapping into Dragonite. The elo he's in is quite wild. Calling the Dragonclaw here, maybe just counting perfectly, because superpower is 2 Dragon Breaths more than 1 Dragonclaw. Goes for the Body Slam here. 2 Body Slams definitely will take out this Dragonite. Does the opponent shield this? Dude, who leads Kingdra safe swaps into Dragonite? Are you kidding me? What do you have in the back? Goodra? Alright, Dragonclaw coming through. You get a nice farm down here. On the Ampharos, I think that Gliscor would have a little bit of more energy here, but probably is expecting the Kingdra to come back and doesn't want to shield just yet. Going for the Brutal Swing here. I think he could reach the Focus Blast, but he might expect this Kingdra to shield. It doesn't shield. Brutal Swing does a nice chunk of damage here, and I believe this is a CMP. If the opponent is something like a Charizard, they will have to shield this. And they do. I'm pretty sure this is an Octazooka. Whether you get debuffed or not, the next Brutal Swing will take it out. It does get debuffed. In the back is Empoleon, and this is not great. Because of that debuff and the lack of electric charge moves, he is forced to go in Gliscor here. Can he get to an Earthquake here? Yes, you can, because Wing Attack has been buffed. Why, thank you, Niantic, for giving DecibelViper this win with the Wing Attack buff, and that will take out Empoleon. Now, in comes Kingdra, and Gliscor is way faster to his charge move. That will take out the Kingdra. That is... the opponent even top left. That is ABA Dragon. Ugh. Makes me a bit... Ugh. Anyway, horrible lead for DecibelViper. A superpower would be so nice here. He saves swaps into Ampharos and probably hoping the opponent will swap. Very nice timing by the opponent, throwing 6 counters. Oh my, that's an Obstruct. That doesn't do much damage. Gonna go for that Focus Plus. I don't like that too much, because when Obstagoon is buffing itself too much, it's likely going to shield. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't, though. Okay, I guess the Obstruct wasn't good timing, because the opponent throws their move right away here. In comes Night Slash. That KOs. Obviously, you are defense dropped, but still. This Obstacle is actually a lot of trouble now. Because it's buffed, right? In defense, you have to land at Earthquake. Your Wing Attacks don't do anything. Obstagoon already was kind of bulky. In comes another Obstruct. DecibelViper is... Oh, that patience. Oof. That was beautiful patience by DecibelViper here. Barely holding onto that Earthquake when the Dragon Breath Charizard came in. I can tell you that Dragon Breath is definitely inferior right now. But it does have a slight niche against, like, annoying Kingdra or Dragonites. No shooting this move. Going all in on that Gliscor. Might actually get to another Body Slam. Oh, barely doesn't. Now I have to throw a move here. This is not great. Yeah. Doesn't get shielded. DecibelViper is shield up. Has the boost. And the Obstagoon cleared his double defense boost. So that's kind of... Look at those Wing Attacks do way and way more now. Does this Earthquake get shielded? Let's see. It does not. And in the back is... Oh, nice screenshot. Oh, it's another... it's another Man of Culture. It is a Gliscor. But DecibelViper is defense boosted. Oh, sorry, attack boosted. And he has 2 shields. I think at this point, if the opponent doesn't get the boost here, you Wing Attack down. Opponent does not get the boost. Let's see, DecibelViper Wing Attacking, Wing Attacking. Does the opponent get the boost here? I don't think it matters, because you got your Wing Attack through and might be able to Wing Attack down. Yep, well played. I mean, the boost was very helpful there, but still well played. Alright, another terrible lead for DecibelViper. And man, with those Shadow Pokemon, you just can't take many moves either. I also haven't seen a Save Swap that I really like. Oh man, come on, please. This has a KO, right? No, it doesn't KO. DecibelViper letting this go. Can he get to... Oh man, he doesn't get there. Oh, he doesn't get to the blast. Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess against normal Swampert you do, against Shadow you don't. But this does leave the Swampert kind of low. Gliscor is really good against Machamp because you resist counters, and the Rock Slide is not super effective. You're likely shooting everything anyway at that point, but let's see. First Hydro comes in. Shadow Swampert is way worse for Snorlax because 2 Hydros take it out. From normal Swampert they don't. Body Slam coming through, then swapping right into Gliscor. Let's see what's in the back. It is Snarl Alolan Mug. Now, this is where Poison Jab would be more comfortable, simply because those are resisted. And Snarl charges just way faster. Now, Snarl Mugs usually run Sludge Wave or Gunk Shield with it, a second charge move, so you probably don't expect an Acid Spray bait here. The Earthquake does get shielded. And he's using his 2 shields right away. Not bad. And not baiting, going straight for that Earthquake. Guess he doesn't watch my streams where I always bait. An Earthquake gets no shielded at that point. That's big. Now super effective wing attacks are going to do a lot. This Rock Slide, I don't think will take it out, to be honest. It's only a normal Machamp. Normal Machamp's kind of weak, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I'm guessing if you go double Night Slash, can you lick down this Machamp? First move gets shielded. DecibelViper swapping in immediately, has a little bit of leftover energy. Ah! Oh, gets the body slam. And that's a very, very nice game. Very nice game. Again, Swampert on paper looks so bad for this team, but still managing it. And the opponent didn't really make many mistakes, or any mistakes at all with that Swampert. Gyarados lead. I would say this is only good with shields down, because your body slam does so much more. But with shields up, the Dragon Breaths add up, and the Aqua Tail eventually might be enough to KO. First move coming through here. This could be a crunch as well. It is a crunch. But as you can see, it does about the same damage as that body slam. Really doesn't do that much from Gyarados. Next body slam comes in. Opponent lets it go actually and going too far now with something. It is opposing Ampharos in the back, and DecibelViper has the perfect answer for this. Now, of course, something like a Swampert would be better, or maybe even Extra Drill, but it can't threaten like a Focus Blast here. He shields the first move, fearing the Zap Cannon would be resisted probably, but still does a ton of damage. And here in comes another move. I'm guessing Brutal Swing would do about 40% on Shadow Gliscor. Even less. Oh, and he CMPs with the Ampharos. That's not optimal. The opponent has the option to let it go and keep the shield for the last Pokemon. Let's see what they do here. Ampharos with his shield down usually doesn't clean up a lot. And we've already seen a Gyarados. Is a Charizard in the back? I call it into existence easy. And I don't think this Charizard gets the 2 moves. And if it does, it probably gets Wing Attack down by the Gliscor. First bait is a fact, but DecibelViper shooting anyway because the Volt Switch would land regardless. That's exactly what he needed. Arcanine! Huh? Alright, let's see what it has. That is Thunderfang. Man, the Charizard hate is real. The Charizard hate is real. Arcanine has like Thunderfang, Psychic Fangs as charge move, and Wild Charge. I believe it also learned like Crunch as second move. Let's see what he's going to do here. Going for that Body Slam, not for the Earthquake. And it gets no shield. Actually also does a ton. Almost takes out that Arcanine. Does this get shielded? Oh, no one wants to switch, I guess. And in the back is a Treff. Looks like DecibelViper staying in for a little bit. Because he doesn't want his Ampharos on this. I'm also surprised you even bring in a Trevenant here. It's not like an optimal matchup. Here comes Gliscor. Gliscor feasts on grass types like these. Gyarados coming in, that does a lot of damage. He's putting it all on the Amph and has an Earthquake stored as well. Let's see what comes in. It is a Walrein. Do you win this with Volt Switch Brutal Swing? Brutal Swing does come out really quick. It's like a Surf Clone, so 40 energy. Same as Thunder Punch as well. So it charges just as quickly, really. The next one will be 2. The opponent let a full Volt Switch through, which could be decisive in this matchup because maybe not. Like, this Volt Switch are really adding up. You might not even need an Electric Charge move in this matchup in the 2 shields. Maybe the 0 shields you don't win, but this looks like a clean win for Ampharos. It is CMP on this next Brutal Swing. DecibelViper easily outpacing because the opponent let a full Volt Switch through. You never do 2 Power Snows and then your Charge move, because then the Volt Switch comes through like that. Walrein lead, this is okay. We don't like Gliscor on this. There might be a Trevenant in the back, which Gliscor would be good against. Usually, Walrein means Treff. Those are just like hand in hand. This team is also often run with a Swampert and Charizard core. That's what I find. Like that's a very common combination. And Walrein Trevenant is also a very common combination. First Body Slam coming through, it gets shielded. Opponent doesn't know. We don't have superpower. We don't have it. You're shooting Body Slams only. And they no-shield the second move. That could have been a superpower if DecibelViper had it. And he's gonna let this go. Yeah, he's gonna get that nasty farm down on the Ampharos. 3 volt switches worth of energy. Does he shield this? If this is an Ice Spirit, it wouldn't do as much. Let's see what this is. It is the Earthquake, a really good shield by DecibelViper. And with this energy, you're so good against anything. Even this Swampert is not a Focus Blast enjoyer. But Swampert's still a problem, especially if this gets shielded. Oh man, and another screenshot! And another Volt Switch! Oh my goodness. Everything comes one after another. Now it goes into Gliscor to wing attack it down before it gets to a Hydro. I'm not sure if it had a Hydro loaded, but Dragonite comes in. And from what I know in Great League, Gliscor really lacks in neutral matchups. But he might just be, with that energy advantage, fast enough to outpace 2-3 moves here. Let's see. I think that's what he kind of needs. But also a Dragon Claw probably wouldn't take it out yet here. Goes for the double here. Oh, I think he's one off, no? I think he's one off. Gets shielded. He's one off. Ooh, I don't think this KOs though. Gliscor is a bulky bat. Très bien, très bien. Muy bueno. Doesn't KO yet, but the next wing attack will. Then goes into Ampharos right away. Has enough HP to survive 2 much shots, and that wins in another game. Very well played. Oh, this lead though. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Gliscor's also decent against this. And what the fuck? Who save swaps an Aggron? The opponent doesn't know we don't have superpower, so he just goes for a body slam here. And it gets shielded. Then goes in Ampharos. Probably because it has its worst matchup. It's the worst out of the 3 against the thing, the Gengar. In comes a resisted Heavy Slam. That is the cheapest charge move of the Aggron, but it gets no-shooted. And then goes for a Brutal Swing, thinking this will KO. Aggron's not the most bulky. He's not a Bastiodon, even though they share the same typing. And it doesn't KO. Does the Aggron get there? It does get there. And DecibelViper deciding to shoot. Because you come in with a Brutal Swing that will do a ton on Gengar. I don't think Gengar's energy is that useful anywhere. Because you probably just go in with the Snorlax again here. Let's see, Brutal Swing comes in and gets shielded. Okay. I mean, Gengar dies to a lot of things. So then reveals the Walrein. This is somewhat of an iffy spot. We don't have superpower here. Man, isn't Walrein just a better safe swap than Aggron? Aggron just literally just gets punched down. Either way, the Gliscor avoids this Walrein now. Man, superpower would be so nice here, but at least you can get a lot of chip here. And you have that Night Slash for the Gengar still. Body Slam just underrated, dude. Just doesn't do enough on this Walrein. It's a good move. It's a good move with stab. The Walrein is kind of bulky. Can he get there? He gets to the Earthquake, exactly what he needs. And does kill the Walrein. Now goes into the Gliscor right away. I don't think a Shadow Ball... Oh man, it's gonna do so much. If this is a Shadow Ball, it will do so much. But it might not KO. Does not KO. Actually did less than I thought. Yeah, I mean, did a lot, don't get me wrong. But Shadow Claw damage also does a lot. Nice Slash comes in and takes out Gengar. That dies quite quickly. I like Gengar, but it's a little bit of old meta. This is exactly where DecibelViper really needs that Swampert. This usually means that Ampharos in the back is gonna be really, really good. Because it's unlikely to have like 2 ground. Like ground lead, ground in the back. What other good ground types are there in Ultra League Premier Classic? Not a lot. Not a lot. I guess Extra Drill's one. I'm for sure missing something. I mean, there's so many Pokeballs. Oh, of course, it's Gliscor. Gliscor's a ground type. Next Hydro comes in. DecibelViper shields this. You don't see him shield a lot in the lead, but this time he does because he wants to get rid of this so bad. Or like get a wing attack downrange. The Swampert also decides to shield here. Do you shield this? No, he's going to farm down with the Gliscor, I think. Or even with the... Oh, man. Okay, this is even worse. This is even worse. Goes into Ampharos to Volt Switch this down. Unless it goes well. Guess we just don't like Ampharos today. You get 2 volt switch of energy, but half your team is gone. In comes a Trevenant. This looks like a very difficult battle at this point. I don't think this Brutal Swing will get close to KOing just yet. Probably puts it like low yellow. This is just C-Bomb. Yeah. DecibelViper knows no shields this move. It won't do too much, but it might. We don't know yet what is in the back. It is a Wing Attack Charizard. Oh, man. Switch advantage would have been kind of nice, but Trevenant with a shield up is also very iffy. On top of that, a Charizard just the same with shield advantage. Next Nice is coming in. Does a nice chunk on Charizard, but it gets no shield. The opponent probably knowing the win con is Trevenant here. As long as Trevenant doesn't get hit by a Brutal Swing, you're very fine. And actually does do wing attacks. He wants farm on the Ampharos. Does get a free Volt Switch in. Now, can he get to a Brutal Swing on the Trev? Take a look. Here it comes. We do get to the Brutal Swing. I don't think it's KOs, right? It's a Surf clone. It's non-stab. Yeah. Oh, man. That actually puts it very low. Wow. I don't think... maybe the next Volt's would have killed. Very, very close game. Well played by DecibelViper. And that was it. Those were the battles. He went 9-1 in 2 sets with his triple Shadow team. I think normal variants work quite as fine as well. Obviously, Shadow Volt Switches helps a little bit more with electric offensive coverage. But I think the team is pretty fine. I might use some of it myself. Thank you for watching and hope you have a good one. Definitely give DecibelViper a follow as well on Twitch. I'll put his link in the description. Thank you. Bye.